Good morning, 5th grade. This is your math lesson for Wednesday, April 29th. So go ahead and get your math books out and turn to page 596, and we will go over your math lesson for the day. Okay, you are on page 596, and we are graphing data that's given to us today. We're going to put it on a grid. So let's look at our example. We have a situation here where we have different levels and we have amounts of gold bars that are collected, and we're going to take that information and put it on this coordinate plane. This is showing a video game with the levels and the gold bars that you would collect. In how many levels do you collect more than 30 gold bars? So when you always have to label your grid here. Your x-axis down here, they have labeled it for you. These are the different levels of the video game. And on your y-axis, you have the amount of gold bars that are collected. So you have to make sure and label this for any grid that you're going to make. And the whole title of this is video games. Okay, so let's go ahead and plot these. 1 and 25. So 1 is our x-axis. So we go over to 1 and then we go up to 25. We're just going to put a dot right there. 2 and 40. 2 and then up to 40. 3 and 45. 3, 45. 4 and 0. 5 and 40. So 5 and up to 40. And 6, level 6, 15. Okay, so we have our plots on the grid now. Let's look at our question here. 3 points are above the grid line that represent 30 bars. So if this was 30, we have 3 above it. So you collect more than 30 gold bars in 3 different levels. Okay, that's how you read it. Let's do the show and grow. This table shows the water levels of a portion of a river during a flood. So down here are the time in hours, and here's your water levels. The whole title is Water Levels During a Flood. At hour 1, the water's at 5 feet, so we're going to go 1 up to 5. Hour 2, it's at 8 feet. Hour 3, it's at 10 feet. Hour 4, it's at 11 feet. Hour 5, now it's receding, it's down to 7 feet. And hour 6, it's down to 5 again. The question is, what does the point 5, 7 represent? Okay, the 5 would mean at the 5th hour, the water has receded down to 7 feet. I'm not going to write all that out, but that's what you can write. Okay, and let's look at your other example on page 598. This table shows the ages of 8 students and the time that they spend on the internet for 1 week. Graph your data. And then of the students who spend more than 15 hours on the internet, how many are older than 10? All right, so we have 8 different students, their ages, and the hours they spend. So this one is age 9, but there is no 9, so we're going to go right in between 8 and 10, and we're going to go up to 15 hours. So we're going to put a mark right there. There's a 10-year-old who spends 21 hours, 10 up to 21, 11 and 18, so 11-year-old here between 10 and 12, and we're going to go to 18. 10-year-old that spends 16 hours, so back to 10, and we're going to go to 16. Notice that there's 15 and 18 here, so 16 is like a third of the way there. We're going to put that kind of in right there at the third mark. 10 and 12, so here again, and we're going to go to 12. 8 and 18, here's an 8-year-old that's spending 18 hours a week. Okay, an 11-year-old and 9 hours, 11 up to 9, and a 12-year-old up to 22 hours. Here's 21, 22 would be right above that. Okay, so that's what our information looks like. 5 of these points are above the grid line that represents 15 hours. So let me cover up that, and you can see I'm covering up the 15 because we're asking above 15. So there's 5 of them, and it says of these 5 points, how many represent students older than 10? Oops, I shouldn't have put that there. Of them, how many represent students older than 10? So of these 5, 10-year-olds would be, older than 10 would be 2. So 2 points, or more than 10. Okay, all right. Take your time, do a good job.